was talking about Pokemon. I remember that. Totally remember that. Oh my god, Spyro, look at this. Whoa. Look at that. Don't know where I'm going. Don't know where I'm going. My cat's having dreams. Kind of worried like I'm gonna miss gems just because of like how this handles.
Hey, it's Holly.
Holly. Back to it. So I do want to say, like, I'm not too big on the chibi style. For the overworld, at least, obviously when you're in battles, it goes to more like what you would expect. I think the most interesting thing is that they have a different development team working on it, and I assume this is to let Game Freak put more time and effort into the Legends game that they announced, the Arceus Legends, which I'm more than likely going to get because Sinnoh, because it's Sinnoh region, and I love the Sinnoh region that much. And it looks like it could be interesting, genuinely. If they want to try and revamp the gameplay a little bit, and I'm down for that. We'll see how it goes. I don't know. I don't want to critique the game too much in terms of what we saw, like in terms of how like the frame rate and how it looks, because it's one of those things where the reality is like the Switch is just so far behind compared to the Series X and the PlayStation 5 in terms of processing power. And it's like, as a consequence, you know, I feel like we just in general see this more anime style, as I usually call it, which I think we can all agree on. It's very, a lot of games that are made for it have an anime style, or a lot of games that have the Switch in mind go for an anime style. I'm not saying like there aren't games where developers actually just want to do an anime style because they think that will work best, right? There are definitely games where that's the case, but it's just one of those things where it's like, you just look at any other ports of 3D games, of like open world games, and you see the frame rate and just the hits the game takes. What do you got for me?
Help, Spyro! These flying Riptocs are a menace. Oh, I think they are guarding the Yetis trapped within the ice here. Can you use the turrets to help free them?
Yep. I'm sorry, I've been sitting cross-legged for a while. Usually sit in different positions over time a little bit. Not really going anywhere, are you, buddy? Trying to make sure I'm not missing gems here. Right. It's just like, it's kind of just a reality where it's like, I do think Nintendo needs to make a Switch Pro or something. I'm fine with, like, you know, let the Switch get to its 5 years, but then either do a Switch 2. And, you know, I think I've talked about this before, but here's what I think they should do. Like, here's an idea. I'm not sure if it's... I would think it's technically possible with the technology we have today. I'm not... You know, I'm not making these consoles, obviously, so I don't know. But, something I think I've talked about it before was the idea of just... So you make a Switch that's upgraded, right? You make a whole new Switch, revamp the hardware, or just improve, whatever way you want to say it is. I'm kind of thinking of like a 3DS type situation here. So you can play Switch games, but you can't play like Switch Pro games on the, or Switch 2 games on the old Switch. I don't know if that guy flies up high enough for me to shoot him. I think he's flying too low. Oh, there's one down there though. Shit, okay, close. Open fire. That was great, Spyro. You completed the challenge and released a Dragonfly.
Hey, it's Gaku.
Gaku. Not Goku, Gaku. There's your false Goku name. Actually, was that the guy down there that was asking me to shoot them? I'm not entirely sure now. I only feel the need to talk to him because I know from the past that's kind of how I've missed one.
Hey, man! Nice shot, Spyro! Those flying Riptocs won't be bothering us again.
New. But you do Switch 2, and I wouldn't want to call it a Switch Pro in this case because that would be a Wii U situation where I think it would confuse people. You need a clear name that like clearly says, "Hey, this is our next console, not a." Oh shit! It was right there. This is our next console. This is not just a Pro version, right? Now, if they want to do Pro version, that's fine too. But I kind of feel like to help developers more, that just doing a full-on second console would be better, so they don't have to worry about making sure it works on the less powerful model too. Kind of like a Xbox One X and Xbox One.
It's a good thing you came along when you did, Dragon.
Super aggressive, Jesus. I don't think that ever became too big of an issue. And I know you can also say, oh well, the Series X and the Series S. And there's a valid point there too. I know some like 4A talked about the possible, well, the difficulties they will likely face when porting or downgrading games for the Series S. So, but anyway, what I'm saying, so you do the Switch 2, And then basically what you do is you have... What do you got?
Hello, Spyro. I made this rocket for a fireworks display, but I can't seem to light it. Please tell me, can you use your flame breath to light the fuse?
Sure can. These guys are being noisy though.
Wow, that was more than I expected, but, thanks.
More than I expected. Huh? We'll probably go grab a few more gems and stuff before we go in the portal. You know what, now that I think about it, we haven't really had much to do with Moneybags. Like, we haven't really had to pay him a whole lot or anything. I think we paid him once. And that was kind of it.
Those tricky rip talks caught me off guard, Spyro. Many thanks for your help.
Do you need to be like that when I'm standing right next to you? Like, fuck. I'm backtracking a little bit here because we opened up the other way with the rocket. But the Switch 2, what I would do is basically just make the Switch the portable, like whatever you want to call it, the portable part of it, you know, as strong as you can. Make it, you know, maybe make it a bit bigger, better resolution, like higher capable resolution on the screen itself. Key. This being a snow theme, I feel like this would be perfect for a slide. For sliding. And then where I would change is, I would have two different docks. I would have a dock. So I'd have one dock that is... Fuck's sakes, game. I'd have one dock that is basically like, kind of like the one we have now. That basically, when the Switch is in it, when the Switch 2 is in it, it just gets, you know, the Switch 2 can put all of its power into making the game look good as possible and whatnot. But the dock itself is nice and cheap, right? And that would help keep the price down. But then you have another version that has a more powerful dock. Dock master, I don't know what you would want to call it. Is this the end? I don't think so. I wouldn't think so, considering where it is. And this dock allows or gives extra processing power to the Switch. Like the dock itself, it would obviously be bigger, a bit chunkier. But when the Switch is plugged into it, it can also draw upon power from the dock, or the dock can supply it with more processing power.
Spyro, the Riptocs have invaded our land and are constructing turret factories to destroy the monastery. Do you think you can destroy all the Riptop factories with the Spitfire plane?
I love Mandy. Look how cute he is.
Destroy the Riptop turret factories?
He's so cute. Because, like, here's the thing. A bit of foam. Here's the way I see it. Okay, you can't expect. Like when you're out just playing on the Switch itself, without playing the portable version, I don't think it matters as much because you're playing on a smaller screen, so it's like, you know, you're not gonna see, like, a smaller resolution is fine, and you know, a lesser render distance is fine, like that kind of stuff becomes fine, right?
Great job, Spyro. Here, I found this Dragonfly in one of the factories. Why don't you take it?
Thank you.
Hey, it's John.
John Connor.
The Riptocs just keep rebuilding their factories, so feel free to go destroy them anytime you like. Destroy the Riptop turret factories?
We'll do it one more time just in case. It didn't really seem like he was indicating that there was any additional dragonflies, so we'll do it a second time just in case. There's some homing on the rocket. I saw that one just look straight up at me.
The Riptocs just keep rebuilding their factories, so feel free to go destroy them anytime you like. Oops.
Because when you're out and about, I don't think, and it's more understandable to have the lesser graphics, the lesser resolution, the lesser render distance, that kind of stuff. But when you're playing it on your big screen, your TV, that's where you want it to be looking, you know, more suitable to being on a TV, right? So I think that's where like a dock that can help with the Switch itself would be great. Because I also just feel like it's really hurting developers when they're struggling to make a game run smoothly on the Switch.
Whoa, what happened? I feel like an iced lolly. Did those Riptocs put me on ice? Egads. Thank you, Spyro.
Gosh, of course. I'm down. Oh wait, you know, this is probably the end. Fuck. That is the end. Son of a bitch. I didn't even think about that. I was just like, I should have thought about how just in the, like, out in the open that was, you know? But I didn't. Okay, keep the key at least. Yeah, I know I have everything.